Enough! We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time.
You were working together?
Of course.
Thanks to Briala, Gaspard's mercenary captain will testify that he hired men to
Hired thugs? I didn't expect you to...
Don't be naive, Celine. The only...
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually, you'll convince somebody.
Here. I have the letter Gaspard penned to his general, ordering his...
Can you blame me? Considering what transpired, preparing to repel an attack was the course of wisdom.
And he murdered a council emissary in the servants' quarters. I found his... Briala found all of this out for your sake.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no... You are hereby sentenced to death.
You have enough proof to dissolve his support for the throne, Your Majesty. You don't need to take his life.
As a favor to you, Inquisitor, I will let him live. Gaspard, you are hereby banished from the Empire on pain of death.
Is that all? You're too kind, Celine.
Thank you, Inquisitor, for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life. And Orlais owes you its future. You have done a service for the Empire never to be forgotten, my friend. This piece is your doing. You truly are the instrument of Andraste. Orlais will never forget your part in... Lords and ladies of the court, the civil war which has plagued those who drove us into war for selfish gain. Gaspard de Chalon is guilty of treason. He is no longer our cousin, and shall... We have lost enough. No more! Now, we can... In our hour of need, the Inquisition... It is the honor of Orlais to stand with... And in ages to come, our children and grandchildren... Will you address the court, my friend?
Ending the war was the first step. A final goal must be peace for all Thedas.
Well said. We of the court must use our resources. But that is tonight, feast, my friends. Enjoy our victory. There will be many more to come.
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
I would have stayed, but the punch ran dry. Scandalous.
Indeed. Let us see if you take this piece of news as poorly. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
I had no idea you were interested in...
The assignment has been given to me. Celine knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power. You will require my knowledge. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus...
What skills do you have?
I have knowledge which for... I suspect this is also true of Corypheus. Thus, mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
Welcome to the
A most gracious... I shall meet you.
I can't believe you escaped before me. A fat count insisted on talking about soup for 50... We can return to Skyhold whenever. Is something wrong?
Things went according to plan for once. I couldn't be happier.
It is a bit of a surprise, isn't it? We will need to put the soldiers at Skyhold on alert. Better to be safe.
Wait. There is one thing we must do before we go. May I have this dance, Lady Cassandra?
A dance? After all we've been through tonight?
Can you think of a better way to celebrate?
I suppose this isn't terrible.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Make us mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lord Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
Just when you've solved one crisis, another springs up to take its place.
I am sorry to place this burden on your shoulders. With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn...
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent... They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
You must think very well of them to suggest such a thing.
Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most... Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Liliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a late... The Inquisitor has only just returned. You must excuse us. Don't let them detract from your victory. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon, Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack.
Inquisitor?
Have to make sure it's cleared after. Don't need squires losing feet.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halamsh, at least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
I hate politics.
You've got a crappy job then, boss. Pleasure as always, boss.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talk.
Oh, Inquisitor, I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know it.
Welcome back.
One for the Empress, for Gaspard, Briala, the Duchess, and Coryphaeus, right in the dangle bag.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right, so long as there's a butt for the throne? A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one Empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party, I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an Empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
There was a lot more going on.
Oh, sure.
There was.
Because of the hole in the sky? Pfft. Plenty of idiot... Better save some arrows, yeah? Hey, you. You have time? It's not a question. I've got something I want to do for you. Just come. You won't need your gear and stuff.
Sarah, explain.
Oh, just come on, will you? I haven't wanted to do...
We're eating on a roof.
They're horrible, right? And raisins. Ugh. I friggin' still hate cookies.
No. It's just that this is all a little confusing.
I got caught stealing when I was little, yeah? You get alienage or worse for that. But the Lady Emma... She was sick and couldn't have children. I had no... Anyway, she gets a year sicker, so I ask her about cookies. Because mums make cookies. I can pass that... Turns out, she couldn't cook. She missed that talk with her mom. Ah, right. Well, no, she was a bitch. She hid buying them by keeping me away from the baker. She did that by lying that he didn't like me, didn't like elves. She let me hate so she could protect her pride. I hated him so much, and I hated... Well, she died, and I hate pride. Pride cookies. But this Inquisition thing is working out, so I figured I could make some... Inquisition cookies? Because then I could like them again. Oh, it's stupid.
You know what? That would be great.
See, I knew. Wait, really? Because it seemed friggin' daft every step to me. Suppose it's not really about them. I hate learning lessons. Makes my stomach hurt. Anyway, I'll throw this rubbish away. Next time will be better, yeah?
Sarah, anytime. Can we get off the roof now?
Oh, yes, please. Smells like bird and dank. Thanks, yeah. Feels good, this.
I'm pleased to hear it.
There's you, yes?
I'd like to know more about you. Now,
Suppose. It's embarrassing enough now, may as well.
Anything more to say about where you came from? Aside from hate?
Denerim, mostly. Before running into another Jenny. He was fun. I think some of them were a lot more serious about being serious. I suppose they were like family. Better than Lady Emma. They didn't give two squirts about who or what you were. It was all what you did.
It's nice to see this side of you.
Don't you go blabbing around, yeah? Because I'll have a big, trusting foot up your pucker.
I think that after our rooftop chat, I get why you're not like other elves.
Well, don't. How about we dig into what you are? Or what you're supposed to be? Do you know all about elfiness? What it takes to keep our ears all perky? Because I'm just me, and I couldn't give a fig. All right?
Didn't mean to poke at a sore spot.
Well, good then. Because that's the way. You do this with everyone. Because I hope I'm not the only one that squirms like this. Feels weird.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
The Inquisitor.
We all did.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
What did you think of...
What masks?
The masks?
Those weren't their faces.
How'd you like to get out of here?
I don't know.
Come on.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. May I bring a sampling of fine cheeses for you and your guest?
I don't eat.
Well then, just a bottle of a fine Gislane White. Please enjoy your meal this evening, your worship.
He saw me. They all see me.
I'm glad you've allowed them to.
I don't know if I did. I find people when their pain leaves them open. That was enough for me. Now they remember, and I'm not sure...
Cole?
There was a mage named Reese at the spire. My only friend for a long time. Evangeline showed me that Templars could be kind, but even...
Cole, if this is troubling...
Gentle. You watch me walk into darkness over and... But this isn't about that. When I found out I wasn't human, that's why I was scared about letting all these people see me. That's why I laughed.
You're covering the fear.
No. This world taught me that changing... But now I know that doesn't happen. I have enough self to know that what I felt was foolish. Isn't it wonderful?
It's another good step, Cole.
I might like being here. She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
May I ask how things are?
It hurts. Everything hurts. But I'm real. Goodbye.
Find space. It will need frequent cleaning.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one...
And you think I've heard enough for...
Talk to her.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day. You watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and... Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course. The Empire... So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even
It's not without precedent. Amar the... Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am...
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tavin... Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to... I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant... The Chantry, the Circle of Maid... The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who... In all my years as a Seeker, I did... But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
Many extraordinary things have happened to get us...
I'm not so certain. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first... It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
Your determination is admirable.
Some men would call it an
I'm not those men.
Truer words have not been spoken.
Who's using flattery now? You're not the only...
Leliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's leg. Justinian knew her fellow clerics, and Leliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
So this is your new crusade?
I've agreed to...
And if the Chantry...
Then I will do whatever... I suppose I should not be so concerned. For now, restoring order... It's always wonderful to speak with you.
Oh. Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
How's it going?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? I think I like this job.
There are problems?
There are always problems from Halamshire. Although, if a few I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table.
There you are. Something to
It
be
looks
delivered
bad.
post haste.
It looks like a lot of things.
Want a drink? When I was a boy, there were these... One day, they found a dog. I caught it, tied a rope around it. Do you know what I did?
You stopped them?
I did nothing. It was crying. I saw the kicking, and I turned around. I could have told my father. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You said you were...
I was old enough to know the dog was suffering and that it was... I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
We're lucky there are people like... There's always some dog out there. Some...
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on.
She doesn't know everything. Sister Leliana had us search the Warden's quarters. It was missing from last week. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular...
Cyril Mornay,
for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, you are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Who's this man to Blackwall? A brother? A friend?
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given, and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall! No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from...
You, after all this time.
It's over. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
There is no doubt. Captain Tom Rainier.
I don't have a concern about this, Corypheus, or what...
And when it all cleared, she was still in charge. So what was the point? You would know.
Winter Palace, assaulted. Duchess Florian disgraced.
A shock, I agree.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. I took his name to stop the world from losing. But a good man. The man he...
You saved that man. That took
courage. I killed innocent. One moment of courage. Why are you here?
That depends on what you say.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a This is what I am.
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Blackwater... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you... If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
He betrayed their trust. Betrayed... And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his... And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our...
Yes?
I need to know about Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing. A waste of life. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. But Blackwall, an old ruin from one of the previous blights. I was to go down alone, find a dark spawn. When I returned, he took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth...
No one should have done. He would have wanted me to... But without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I could... So... Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded. One mistake. One mistake and everything I...
The man on the gallows?
My second in command. When I heard he'd been caught, couldn't let another die for my mistake.
I need to know the details of what you did.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer, Sir Robert, believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might indeed... I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, of course the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
You got your men to help you.
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trust... just as your men trust you.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't...
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
My reports say that Callier was with his family.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. My men have been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. No one likes to think about that.
but it's names that carry power in this world. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought.
War is unfair, but you're right. There was no need for what I did.
There's another thing.
Yes?
That's all for...
We don't have the strength of treaty to charge a true great war.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of... With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish.
But what is Corypheus doing in...
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. What he hopes to find, however...
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those forgotten...
Which is?
His best. This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what...
This belongs...
I found legends of an elven... It proved too dangerous to approach, and if Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, if this place once had a name, it has long been. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary.
Who can say? Formed from the ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they... As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unused. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many. Once, they led me here.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from...
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked. All others are closed.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have...
The key can be many things. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Corypheus wants to come...
This is not the Fade, but it is very close.
And enter the Fade in the flesh. Like Corypheus want...
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to... You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must...
Fertile ground, even here. This whole...
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
And just who is your mother?
Mother is the inheritor. She who awaits the next stage.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. His father helped raise Kieran for a time, but events have conspired to take him elsewhere. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the... They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky... It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even... I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help...
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may. I was pleased to learn you saved the Grey Wardens from their own self-destructive foolishness. For all their eagerness to shed blood for their cause, we will still need them should another blight arise. It's fortunate my warden was not there, or he would surely have been in the middle of it.
Your warden?
You might know him as the Hero of Ferelden. A lofty title, though he wears it well.
I didn't see you as the type to settle down, Morrigan.
'Tis not so domestic as you picture, but even so, it has far outstripped my expectations. My love is on a quest to combat the calling, the actual calling that signals the end of a warden's life. If he is successful, it will mean a long life for him, perhaps for them all. Once Corypheus has been defeated, I fully intend to join my love once more. Kieran misses him greatly.
How can the calling be stopped? Is that actually possible?
Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a Grey Warden, but something removed... Similarly, a warden mage named Avernus performed experiments that prolonged his life to... So, we know it is possible. Indeed, 'twas I who found the lead my love now follows in the Western lands. Success is not guaranteed, of course, but he has never lacked for determination.
It seems odd he went on an adventure and you stayed behind.
We are neither of us so weak we would die. Where he went, Kieran could not follow, and thus I remained behind to look after our son. We will be together again soon enough, and I am glad of it.
Are the two of you happy?
The three of us, and it is little... But yes, I never thought to find someone in this world. He has been a good partner, and a good father. And now I pray we discuss something else, lest these honeyed words make me vomit.
Is there any way the hero of Ferelden could help us against...
'Tis unlikely. Corypheus uses the Blight, but he is not... Still, my love has ever been resourceful. He will think this means I miss him, of course. Oh, he will be insufferably pleased with himself. I hope you appreciate this sacrifice, Inquisitor. I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon. Trust me when I say that wherever the Alluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up...
'Tis remarkable. Soldiers are camped outside Skyhold in numbers that would give any nation... All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first, then I'll worry.
Should that happen, the world... Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the... Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the chant. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for... 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during...
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced... Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. We became close. Closer than I even thought possible. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Tell me more about your...
He is a very special...
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was... I never thought of myself as a mother, Inquisitor. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize. Of course.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture.